Mumbi. Now, Nairobi Senator Johnson Sakaja spent the night at Kilimani Police Station for flouting the COVID-19 containment measures. Sakaja is reported to have been arrested alongside 3 others at a popular joint in Kilimani. However, he has denied any arrest, saying in a Twitter post that he has never been arrested and won't be. Sakaja was, however, released later this morning.
I'll fight this thing. I was born in this town. Come on, just go.
Just 1 minute.
You're my phone.
1 minute.
I don't bust you. When I see them.
Absolutely.
Don't go up. I swear I don't get my phone with you. You're my phone?
No.
You're my phone?
No.
Check in the car?
It's not in the car.
Okay. Go home. Come on.
1 minute.
Come on, please go.
Trust me. 1 minute.
Trust me, come on. 1 minute. Go. How are you? Know me for 10 years. No. These guys have known me to play the game. You know me. You made up.
You're getting ready to break the budget.
So don't get us.
Just 1 minute.
I promise you, where's the good pocket? And I want you to
And a standoff between Embu Water and Sanitation Company Ewasco and a Chinese company constructing Gashoka Gashuriri Road has caused hundreds of locals to go for months without water. Our reporter Mwige William now reports.
A tug of war between a road contractor and a water providing company in Embu, which has left about 1,000 local residents in dire need of water with the COVID-19 pandemic. The genesis of the problem is when the Chinese construction company, which is contracted to construct the Gashoka Gashuriri Road, damaged some pipes which supply water to the locals. Embu Water and Sanitation Company Ewasco is tasking China Jiangxi International Limited the burden of replacing the pipes, with the construction company blaming the water company for ignoring its obligation of ensuring the pipes are relocated before the construction commences. The water company has threatened to go to court for the redress of the matter if the road company will not replace the pipes. This has left residents to run out of water for the last 3 months, hence subjecting them to untold suffering.
Shida yetu ni maji. Kwa sababu ile maji tulikuwa tunategemea ni hii ya Musaina, lakini kuna hii barabara inatengenezwa na imekatwa yote miferezi. Sasa tuko na miezi 3 bila maji.
Maji kama imetoboka tukienda kuchota hapo, watu wa Ewasco wakitukuta hapo wanatukimbisha.
Residents in the area wondered how they are going to fight against the spread of novel coronavirus, owing to the fact that they have no water even for washing rewashable masks.
Kama corona iko, vumbi iko, sisi tutakufa na hii shida yote. Sisi tuko na ushuni kwa roho, njoo hatujui venye tunaweza saidika.
The residents are now traveling long distance to get water for domestic use, citing that the water is never enough. Further, the elderly who have no one to fetch water for them are suffering a lot because they are unable to go to the river to get water.
Nyanya yangu anataka maji, nimutolewa wapi? Niko na watoto 8.
Maji iko karibu ni mbali. Iko Rupingasi huko kilomita kama 10 na kitu. Sasa mimi ni mzee, siwezi enda miguu, bibi yangu ni mzee, haezi enda kwa miguu.
Residents of Gashoka are now appealing to Ewasco to come to their rescue and alleviate the suffering they are undergoing. For TV47, I am Mwige William.
And a number of Seventh-day Adventist churches have not reopened today, even after places of worship were given a green light to reopen, but under strict adherence of the guidelines by the Ministry of Health. Many church leaders have decried of harsh guidelines by the ministry, with some opting to remain closed. Our reporter Eli Logova is following up the preparations going on in various churches ahead of tomorrow's reopening, and now joins us live. Logova, what can you tell us about the preparations on churches reopening?
Well, Bobby, we are coming to you live from Mathare North SDA Church, where we've been here for around an hour, and just a few minutes ago, we had a second service here, and members just left a few minutes ago. And what we've been able to gather from this particular church service is that there are a lot of preparations that have been put in place. That is in regards to ensuring that the members of this church adhere to the Ministry of Health guidelines to ensure that they curb the spread of coronavirus. And a number of preparations, and as I can maybe take you through and see some of the preparations that this church has put in place, is that at the entrance there, any person or any congregant who is coming in has to wash their hands. They have to sanitize their hands. And when they come in, and as you can see, when they are coming in, this particular place where members are supposed to sit, the chairs have been arranged at an interval of at least 2 meters to ensure that they adhere to the Ministry of Health guidelines. And remember, this is just the first these members are having since the resumption of religious activities that is when they began on 14th, and this is their first week they are having their service here. And just to shed more light on this particular issue, I'm joined by the pastor in charge, or the clergy in charge of this particular church, to just tell us more about the preparations that they have put in place and whether they are adhering to the Ministry of Health regulations to curb the spread of coronavirus, even as they continue with their services. So, welcome. Thank you for speaking to us. Kindly tell us your name and maybe tell us some of the preparations that you've put in place to ensure that your members adhere to the Ministry of Health guidelines in ensuring that you curb the spread of coronavirus.
Okay, my name's Pastor Raphael Mutuga Katulu. I'm the pastor of Mathare North District. We started preparations sometimes behind, because we knew in our church we are many. We were to arrange for the chairs to have at least 2 meters apart. Not only that, we also had at least 4 to 5 hand washing areas, so that we can have where to people may wash. And not only that, we had to arrange to have a thermogun, so that all those who are coming, they may be, at least their temperature should be checked. Not only that, we were also doing the recording, that everybody who was coming here was to write his name and the conduct, so that in case of anything, we can do the follow-up and tracing. We had also arranged for somewhere where, in case someone is not feeling well, he can be at least kept for a while. When preparation to be taken to the hospital can be, at least he can stay a bit. So we have tried to at least even singing. For singing, we don't have choirs to sing in front, because we know that through that they can have that induct, and they can also spread the COVID-19 virus. So what we have been doing is that they have been singing when in their seats. And we have also used most congregational singing, whereby that nobody is coming nearer to another person.
Thank you. So, Mumbi, those are some of the sentiments that we've heard from the leaders here at Mathare North SDA Church, just shedding more lights on the preparations that they are put in place going forward. And earlier on, we were at New Life SDA Church in Upper Hill, where we realized that the services are yet to resume because they have not put the measures in place. So this is a story that we are, of course, following up on, and we will, of course, be doing a roundup of this in our later bulletins. Mumbi.
Thank you for that, Eli Logova, and we shall be giving you a full report on churches reopening in our subsequent bulletins. Now, the Youth and Gender Affairs, CAS, Honorable Rachel Shebesh, has commended the efforts employed by the youth in Mombasa, embracing the National Hygiene Program dubbed Kazi Mtaani. Speaking in Mombasa during an inspection tour of the program for entrenching hygiene in informal settlements, Shebesh said Mombasa progress is impressive and worth emulating by other areas. She further stated that the government is cognizant of working in partnership with other government agencies and county governments to deliver services to the people, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic period.
Money cannot be sitting in accounts at this time of a pandemic. It needs to go to the young people on the ground. It needs to go to the women. So we as a ministry are very cognizant of our our inability to do this work without strong partnerships. In Mtaani, Mombasa was a pilot and now it is continuing, and it is NYS that supervises. So today I've come to see how my NYS is supervising Kazi Mtaani, together of course with the chiefs and assistant chiefs to the office of the county commissioner. So we have to work in harmony, and we're excited about Kazi Mtaani because we believe that at least it will give some relief to our young people who right now because of the pandemic and situation they are.
Shukrani sana katika serikali yetu kwa kutuletea huu mradi, manake umetusaidia sana hasa vijana kwa wakati huu wa corona ambao hakuna kazi. Pili, ningependa kushukuru katika hii kazi ambayo inatupa mapato madogo madogo. Hivyo basi ningependa pia kutoa ushauri kwa vijana wenzangu kupitia hili pato dogo tunalolipata, angalau pia uweze kuwekeza.
Tulikuwa tumeathirika vibaya sana, tuko na kazi, hata wazee walikuwa wanasema tuko idle, wengine waliingilia mambo mengi, lakini twashukuru saizi huu mradi umekuja, tutaona tutanufaika sana.
And elsewhere, mourners in Indagalasya village in Mumias East have been left in shock after the burial of one Lois Atieno was stopped moments before she was laid to rest. The family, led by the brother-in-law to the deceased, wants a proper post-mortem conducted. The deceased is reported to have died of epilepsy, and her burial hurried to meet the COVID-19 guidelines.
Na inasemekana kwamba ni ndugu wa father-in-law biologically amekuwa hapa na akatuletea vitisho, musizike mwili narudi. So akatuacha in horns of dilemma. Assistant Chief akasema birth certificate mko nayo, nyinyi endelee na mazishi. Tulikuja tukaanza kuendelea mazishi, kila kitu inaikaribia kuisha. Mwisho wake tulikuja tukaona mkuu wa polisi mmoja ambaye ni OCS kutoka Shanda, amri yao ilikuwa kwamba tusizike mwili ipelekwe ifanywe postmortem.
Lakini ninashangaa sana kuona baba mkwe anakuja anasema ya kwamba ameuawa. Hiyo kitu imenihuzunisha. Nimewauliza wako na court order, hawakuonyesha. Kulingana na ugonjwa wenye iko sahi, haitakani tufike sahi kama baada hatujasika. Tulikuwa tumeharakisha kila kitu, lakini kulingana na matakwa yao sasa imebidi tumekaa mpaka sahi baada hawajarudi, tunawasubiri.
And more than 43 villagers residing in flood-prone areas in Tana Delta sub-county are set to benefit from a 3.5 billion resettlement plan. This comes after 4 ranches ceded off more than 40,000 acres to the project. Tana River Governor Dado Godana says that the program will be a permanent solution to perennial flooding as the clusters will be set up on higher ground several kilometers from the River Tana. The chairman of the Tana Delta ranches, Kenneth Kakia, asking the national government to support the program as a permanent solution.
Sisi tunabadilisha mtindo wa maisha peke yake. Hatuzuii mtu kuendelea na maisha yake ya kawaida. Hapana. Lakini tunaomba serikali tushikane ili tujenge makao ya kudumu kwa wananchi. Zile sehemu za malisho na sehemu za kulima watu waendelee kama kawaida, lakini maisha ya kudumu wawe wanaishi kwa miji ya kisasa ambapo huduma zote zimewekwa pamoja.
Na tulizungumzia hili jambo na tumekubaliana huu sio mkutano wa kwanza. Na tulijua ya kwamba kwa sababu hapa kutoka kijijini kwetu kuna watu ambao kwamba wameandika barua kwa county waingize katika huo mpango wa clusters. Kwa hivyo ni kusema ya kwamba wananchi kwa jumla wanajua kwamba huo mpango wa clusters uko na wamekubaliana na wao, na ndio sababu watu wameandika kwa county government waweze kuingizwa katika huo mpango wa clusters.
Kakamega County Assembly has vehemently denied passing a budget to facilitate the purchase of land for mass graves for patients who succumb to COVID-19. The MCAs are accusing Governor Wycliffe Oparanya for getting his priorities upside down in the fight against COVID-19 in the county. A few days ago, Oparanya made public that the county had allotted 2 pieces of land meant for mass burial of COVID-19 victims.
Sisi kama bunge la Kakamega hatujaweza kutenga pesa ya kununua makaburi, viwanja za makaburi. Na hata hivyo, kama ni mswada utakuja bungeni, lazima tutahusisha wakazi wa Kakamega wakubali kwamba wapendwa wao watakapoaga waweze kuzikwa kwa makaburi ya jumla.
Hajasema hii ardhi amenunua iko wapi. Tumetoa pesa na tumeidhinisha pesa kutoka kwa assembly kununua ardhi, ndio. Lakini ardhi za kujenga mashule, madispensary, hakuna ardhi yote ambayo ilikuwa ya makaburi ya kuzika watu wa corona. Ametoa kwa mfuko gani hii pesa?
Sisi kama viongozi inafaa tuwe watu wa mwisho kukata tamaa. Na mheshimiwa governor kama chairman wa Council of Governors, yeye ndio governor wa kwanza Kenya mzima kukata tamaa. Hata Nairobi watu wameshikwa wengi na corona, lakini wajakata tamaa bado. Unajua kukata tamaa ni kutenga mahali ya maziko. So mheshimiwa Oparanya yeye amekata tamaa. Na ningekuwa waziri Mutahi Kagwe, vile governor wa Kakamega alitangaza hivyo, ningepanda ndege nikuje nione Kakamega imejiandaa aje.
And the Kenya National Union of Nurses Chairman John B. supported a sprinter group of the union who are supporting the removal of the Union Secretary General Seth Panyako from office. While addressing the media in Eldoret, B, who has always been in disagreement with Panyako, alleges that Panyako has been discrediting and fighting some of the officials and members at grassroots level who oppose his leadership style. B has blamed Panyako for receiving hefty pay from the union and not representing the union members.
He can actually benefit from the nurses' sweats. That what has been happening of late actually is quite unfortunate. That Mr. Seth Ambusini Panyako has actually gone astray in the sense that he's been everywhere accusing each and every other office, right away from the presidents up to the lowest office at the county level, to an extent that no office in this institution or in this republic or any institution that will want to give him an ear. That actually is detrimental to the members, because the members keep on suffering while they lack a voice, because that very voice that was supposed to be talking on behalf of the members has actually been ejected from most of the offices. Nobody in any office in this republic wants to hear the name Panyako or wants to see the name Panyako. And in that regard, actually, those who are suffering are the members. But I'm happy that the membership on the ground, right away from the branch leadership up to the national office, they now know the kind of person they are dealing with, and they have come up to find a way of removing it.
Health, doctors and nurses unions in Uasin Gishu County have issued a strike notice within 21 days. The health workers want Governor Jackson Mandago to sack Health Chief Executive Officer Evelyn Rotich. The health practitioners are accusing Governor of disrespecting directives by Uasin Gishu County Assembly for the CEC to be sacked after a report on corruption and mismanagement of public resources was tabled at the Assembly found her guilty. Led by Uasin Gishu KMP DU Chairperson Dr. Daji Atela and Secretary General Dr. Mercy Nibwire, they blamed the CEC for giving false information about COVID-19 cases in the county.
Thrown our minds into thought of the direction to have this particular situation that we have currently with the pandemic, in which, as we are, all the Uasin Gishu County has not been testing. We have the healthcare workers have not been protected. There's not been cover. So we've decided that we want this particular CEC of health to leave the office or resign or get dismissed. The reason why we want this to happen is that so that you can have a functional unit in the Department of Health. Otherwise, we find that the way the department is with with the dysfunctionality that is existence, it just creates an environment that there will be no coordination or cooperation in this particular situation. And this is evident that as we speak, there's no single ICU bed in Uasin Gishu County. And also the 300 beds that were given orders, that were discussed by the president to be made, Uasin Gishu County, I think, have not even reached 10% of that level. So we, as health representatives in the different unions, we have decided to give the Uasin Gishu County 21 days a notice to ensure that the CC of Health has left the office, and that will be a temporary measure.
And in the world of sports, days after qualifying in his exams to officiate football matches,